Judge Burdett has completed his placing in the Spring Heifer Calf class. First, we'd like to recognize our winning juniors. Second place junior, entry 320, Val's Pride Reality Odelia, exhibited by Michael and Denise Valentine and Megan Olson of Emmitsburg, Maryland. Our first place junior is entry 322, Mackinson Jackson Darcy, exhibited by Matthew and Mary Mackinson and Samantha Ropp of Pontiac, Illinois. Placing third in the class, entry 321, Dale MC J. Poker Sage, exhibited by Ryan Hudson of Chattawa, New York. Second in the class, entry 322, Mackinson Jackson Darcy, exhibited by Matthew and Mary Mackinson and Samantha Ropp of Pontiac, Illinois. And placing first and first bred known in the class, entry 329, Top View Poker Verity, exhibited by Keaton Kinley and Madeline Top of Botkins, Ohio. Judge, your comments on this class.
Well, really a nice group of March calves here to start out our morning in the Ayrshire show. And I think we've got two calves that come right to the front for me, a real nice similar pair of calves. But the calf we're going to start with just extremely balanced. So correct when she gets out here on the move. She's got that angularity, that femininity the whole way through. A calf that's got that nice high chine, the nice drape, and the openness to sweep to her fore and her rear rib. And when you get right behind her, she's clean, she's dairy. She's a little more level from hooks to pins and just tracks out a touch bit nicer on her hind legs for me today than the very similar heifer here in second. Heifer in second follows that pattern, a high chined heifer, a heifer that's nice and straight through the middle of her back air. A heifer that for me today is just a little fuller through her fore rib, a little more drop through her rear rib, and a little more width, a little more spring and openness the whole way through than the real long heifer from end to end that we have here in third. Heifer in third, you really admire that length that she has, the size and the scale, a beautiful angular heifer here. Just a heifer that needs filled out a little bit more through the midsection for me today to move up higher in the class, but she uses that advantage in her overall stretch over a real well-balanced heifer coming out here in fourth. Heifer in fourth, a beautiful open heifer. You love the width, the dairy strength that she has the whole way through. A heifer is just a little more balanced as she gets out here on the move. She tracks out a little nicer on her hind feet. She's just a little harder through the loin, a little more level from her hooks to pins than a real stretchy heifer here in fifth. Heifer in fifth, you really admire that size and scale, the length from end to end, and she uses that advantage just a little more stretched the whole way through than another real nice balanced heifer here coming out in sixth.
If you'd like to mark your catalog in the International Ayrshire Show, there were 21 spring heifer calves shown. Entry 304 was 10th. 305 was 8th. Entry 307 was 6th. 308 was 7th. 309 was 9th. Entry 310 was 11th. 311 was 15th. Entry 312 was 20th. 313 was 18th. Entry 315 did not show. Entry 316 was 5th. 317 was 16th. Entry 320 was 4th and 2nd junior, Val's Pride Reality Odelia, exhibited by Michael and Denise Valentine and Megan Olson of Emmitsburg, Maryland. Entry 321 was 3rd, Dale MC J. Poker Sage, exhibited by Dale MC J. Farm Ryan Hudson of Chattawa, New York. Entry 322 was 2nd and 1st junior, Mackinson Jackson Darcy, exhibited by Matthew and Mary Mackinson and Samantha Ropp, Pontiac, Illinois. Entry 323 was 12th. 325 was 21. 326 was 19th. 327 was 13th. 328 was 17th. Entry 329 was first and first bred known, Top View Poker Verity, exhibited by Keaton Kinley and Madeline Top, Top View Farm, Botkins, Ohio. And entry 330 was 14th. The class now in the ring are the winner heifer calves. First place award presented by Hillcrest Alfalfa, Campbellsport, Wisconsin. The junior award in this class is presented by the Ellenbecker family of Hortonville, Wisconsin.
If you turn your attention to the display end of the arena in the International Junior Holstein Show, Judge Tandy has completed his placings in the Winter Heifer Calf class. Placing third in the class and also winning the Bred and Owned Award is entry number 42, Brimel Erdsted Layla, ET, exhibited by Caitlin and Blake Meyer of Manteno, Illinois. Placing second in the class is entry number 27, Seamers Dundee Golden One, exhibited by Seamers of Newton, Wisconsin. And winning the class is entry number 36, Erbakers Hope of Peace, exhibited by Connor Erbson of Lanark, Illinois. Congratulations. Judge Tandy, your comments.
Thank you. And a beautiful class of heifers again. Not that one that really pops out and says, I want to win the class, like maybe we had in the last one, but some good heifers all the way around. This heifer, with her femininity through the head and neck, strength of top line and chine and loin, goes over the heifer in second place. There's just more heifer there. She's taller, she's longer. You get in behind her, there's just more heifer all the way through. I would grant, though, to the second place heifer more correctness in rear leg, a little cleaner in that hock and flatter in that bone. And that's the one thing I'd like to change about our first place heifer. But after that, just kind of leave her alone. Second place heifer over the third, just taller, longer all the way through. Second heifer is a good, strong, front-headed heifer. She's got some volume, some width, some springer rib, some width back into those pins when you take a look at her, and a really nice tail setting between those pin bones. She's a little stronger into the crop area than the third heifer, a little taller, a little longer. A real dairy heifer in third, to be sure. Good femininity about the head, neck, strength up over the top, but not near the heifer in terms of height, length, frame that we've got in 1 and 2. 3 over 4, just more width. You get them into line. The black heifer in fourth is just a wider heifer through the front end, back into the pins in the fourth heifer. Fourth over fifth today, a dairy heifer, cleaner, stronger up over the top line. This fifth heifer was kind of a rascal today, and the girl readily agreed. A little hard to see the heifer. About every time you wanted to take a look at her, she was pretty headstrong, but you surely have to like the size and scale for age. And she goes over the heifer here in sixth place with the young man who's done a really great job of showing this heifer all day because she's a longer, taller heifer. We love the depth of ribbing, the springer rib on that sixth heifer, but would just like to pick her up and stretch her out a little more to put her higher in the class. That heifer over the one following in, just more rib, more depth of ribbing, both fore and rear, more springer rib to her today. We like the heifer here, number 35 moving out, certainly long, strong topped heifer, but just a little tighter ribbed heifer, a little tighter wound all the way through. Beautiful class of winter heifer calves.